what type of traveler are you?
I don't know. I think I am a hippie now. That's the
Hippie?
yeah, that's the concept that people have of me.
Hi everyone, this is your host Sarah, aka Sarita, and this is Friendly Faces Amazing Places, the podcast where I interview people I've met while traveling the world. On the podcast today is my friend Anna from Argentina. And even though we spent 2 weeks together working at a hostel in Chile, becoming really good friends, I learned so much about her in this episode, and I'm really excited to share with you all the amazing things that she's been doing during quarantine. She is a self proclaimed hippie, and you're about to find out why. She's also a really fun person to work with and to party with, and I hope you guys enjoy hearing her life story as much as I did. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the podcast. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, darling. Yeah, okay. I'm Anna. 28 years old. I'm from Argentina. A little town, little city in the northern of Argentina. Yeah, I I love to travel. Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. So, can you tell us what city or town are you from, and what is something you recommend people to see if they visit your hometown?
Okay, yeah. Well, as I said, I'm from Salta. Salta, it's the name of the province. It's in the north of Argentina, and also it's the name of the city where I'm living now. It's really beautiful place. It's known as Salta la Linda. It's like the pretty one, Salta.
Aw.
Yeah, it's a really touristic place. You have lots of yeah attractions to visit, especially cultural and natural attractions. Like you have some museums, but they are boring. But you have yeah, but you have ancient houses of important people. You have really beautiful churches. They are from the 18th and 19th century. They are really interesting, and then you have amazing landscapes from from mountains in the west to rainforest in the northeast. It's really amazing, and then you have valleys, gorges, rivers. You have everything here, so it's a
Wow.
really nice place to visit. And from here you can visit other cities in the north of Argentina. Then you can go to Bolivia and do the Camino del Inca, through Bolivia, Peru, and maybe the north of Chile. So it's really interesting to do that.
That's awesome. I really want to
Yeah.
visit now.
You do, you have to do it.
It sounds beautiful. I've only been to Buenos Aires, so I got to go see the rest of Argentina.
Yeah, it's it's one Argentina. It's really huge, so you need uh, a lot of time to visit all the important places, or at least to visit the most beautiful places you have in the south, Patagonia, that is similar to Chilean Patagonia. But then you have rainforest, and the rainfalls in the northeast of the country, and then you have this other side, which is totally different, and it's more similar than Chile, I think. Yeah,
Is the rainforest the Amazon or a different rainforest?
yeah, it's so you have in the north, it's the same. Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina share that a little part of rainforest, and then you have the waterfalls, and it's considered one of the most beautiful falls in the world,
Is
or
that
whatever.
Iguazu?
Iguazu, yeah, and it's shared between the three countries.
Since this is a podcast about people I've met while traveling, how did you and I meet?
Oh yeah, we met in Santiago, in Chile, in a hostel. We both were volunteers there. We both didn't work at all. We were all the time hanging
Dancing,
out and
partying.
party. It was a really good time there. No, I mean we do work, but I think our kind of work was really different than the other
The
volunteers.
usual. Yeah. What did you
Yeah.
do specifically?
I was working on social media, especially on Instagram and Facebook.
What type of traveler are you?
I don't know. I think I am a hippie now. That's the
Hippie?
yeah, that's the concept that people have of me because
Yeah.
I used to have a good job and a good life, like the normal life or that you want to have or your parents want that you have, like you have your house, your apartment, your own life. But then I just decided it was not that I wanted, and I want to travel for a while, like a year. It was this year. I was trying to make my travel sustainable, trying to not do the normal, or not to be the normal tourist, like buying stupid shit or
Yeah.
the things that these tourist places try to show you or to sell you. Apart, I have a degree in tourism, so I worked in tourism all my
I
life.
didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's why, and the kind of tourism I used to work. It's really specific. It's MICE tourism. It's the meeting industry. So it is really, in Spanish we said, mm, políticamente correcto. It's like really, it's everything. It's perfect all the time, and you have lots of people in, you know, well dressed, and every woman have to be makeup. It's for me it's okay. But that's not me. I prefer to be free and different things. So that's why I start traveling. Yeah, so I try to get inside of the culture, to know more about people, like the real life inside, not the touristic one, but the real.
Did you travel as a child or did you start traveling when you were an adult?
No, as a child, I was, I think, all my life here in Salta. Maybe if we go for vacations or something with my family, it was always in the like visiting small towns near the city, because here we have a lot of places to visit. Then when I started to study, I started to travel. But most of the time here inside of Argentina, because it's a huge country and you have lots of things to see, I want to visit lots of another countries.
What languages do you speak?
Okay, English, that's my English.
Hmm.
I studied Italian for
Wow.
2 years. Yeah, but I can't speak Italian.
Hmm.
I can understand, but I can't speak. And I also studied Portuguese for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can understand, but I can't. I can. Eu posso falar um pouquinho, mas não muito.
Yes.
See, no, it's really interesting, and it's a fun language. I know I like so much Portuguese.
You know
It's
what's
exciting.
interesting? I think a lot of English speakers think that Spanish and Portuguese and Italian are really similar, but I
Yeah,
don't
for
think.
me it is.
Are
No,
they?
yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Portuguese and Spanish, they have many words that are really similar, and they also have many words that are exactly the same, but the meaning is exactly the opposite. So that's really confusing. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. There's, I think they're called falsos amigos, like false friends.
I feel like whenever I read Portuguese, it looks a little bit like Spanish, but then when I hear someone speak it, it doesn't sound like Spanish
No,
at
it's
all.
not. It's not because Portuguese it's more with the nose, and you need to make another, you know, sounds. It's really different. For me, Italian and Portuguese are really, really, really similar, but I have Italian friends and I talk with Brazilian friends, and they said that they both languages are not similar at all. But for me, they sound really similar.
Yeah.
Also, my Portuguese teacher, she was Italian. She's an Italian girl, so it was really confusing for me
Wow.
because yeah, because when I was studying Portuguese, sometimes I just confused everything and I answered in Italian, and my teacher answered to me in Italian because
Yeah.
he was an Italian. It was like, oh, and the rest of the classroom was like, what the fuck? Yeah, but yeah, that's the
um,
story.
so I'm just curious, where did you learn English? Was it in public school or did you learn it on your own?
Yeah, I was. I think I don't have trouble with languages, but because most of my friends they studied English all their lives in private institutes, or
Are
with
you,
particular.
does Argentina require you to learn like a second language?
Yeah, in the most, yeah, I think in all public schools they bring you English as second language, but I think it is not a good level. That's why most of people pay to learn in private. Yeah, but then in my university I had to learn English. It was really important for my career because it is tourism.
Yeah.
Then we have the option to choose between three other languages to complement, like it was Italian, French, and Portuguese. At that time, it was like 10 years ago, I started study Italian, and after that, like 8 or 6 years ago, I was studying Portuguese, but then I just leave.
Okay, so you already talked about this a little bit, but you mentioned that you work in tourism. I know that you work with social media.
Yeah,
What do you do? What do you actually do for work?
I have worked in tourism like 8 years or
Wow.
something. Yeah. Before that, when I was at university, I had different works to pay. And then I started to work in the bureau, Salta Bureau. It's an ONG um, that works with the promotion of the city to be a venue for meetings, congresses, conventions, incentive travels, that kind of tourism. Now, not now, but at that moment, it was one of the kind of tourists for the largest during the last 10 years. I was working for the Salta Bureau like 6 years, and after that, I started working on my own with a friend, with a colleague. We work on different bureaus in other provinces in Argentina, in the south. Last year, I started working in Buenos Aires, which is the main city for meetings and events in all over America, even before Brazil. So my experience working and living there was really good, but it was also, I don't know, it was complicated because you have to work a lot, like in every big city, and it's like you lost your life. You just live to go to the office every day and work a lot, and then you don't have really time to have a real life. I can visit my friends on Saturdays or something, but then you have to start again, and the routine, it's like stole your soul. And people on the public transportation, they were like, I don't know, I think they
Zombies.
don't have sound. Yeah, they're zombies totally. And I don't know, it's really weird because here in Salta it's a it's not a really small town. We have around 1 million inhabitants. Like a town because people say hello, say good morning, even if they don't know you. And that's, I know, it's a warm place. You can feel like in a
Like
huge
friendly.
family. It's, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really friendly, and people, it's really kind, warm with you, even if they don't know you. But in Buenos Aires, you are like a number or something. People doesn't care about you. I said, okay, that was that I was working for all my life, and I am here now, and it's not exactly what I want. So that's why I decided to start doing something totally different.
Traveling.
Traveling, yeah. Before that, I started with events organization here in Salta, and also with social media. Yeah, but now I'm not eating meat, and all my life it was complicated for me to eat meat. But I'm from Argentina, so we eat meat every day, all the time. It's everything, and it's good meat. It's not like in other places. So it's like traditional to do that. But I have lots of travels with that. But in Lima, I was as a volunteer in another project. It was an art project, and most of the people were vegetarian. There was another volunteer, and she is vegan. It was easier during quarantine because we have to cook for all the people there. We were 9 people in a house, in a small house, and I know it was really easier to get to stop eating meat. It was really, really good. Then when I have to come back to Argentina, um, I know I want to maintain that. To it was my decision that I just get more information about what I need because I do exercise and I'm trying to train every day. So I think I need protein. Protein comes from animals, and that's true. It's a myth. Yeah, now I know that I can get all my proteins and all the
From
you
like
know
beans and
yeah,
other things that
actually,
have protein. Yeah.
yeah. And now what I'm saying or what I'm doing to my work, I'm making vegan burgers. uh yeah.
Wow, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
and all my packaging, it's sustainable.
Yeah.
I'm not using plastic at all during all my process. And I do bici repartos, like I deliver the burgers by bike. um
That's so
so
cute.
yeah. And I was like a couple, yeah, even last year I was not really good at riding a bike. So it was a new challenge for me. But I want, yeah, but I want that my project has no impact in the environment. So it was really important for me to get the. I have to buy bags that are not made of plastic, but it's plant, but I don't know
Like
what.
compostable.
Yeah, it's everything. It's compostable, and we also do compost with the, yeah. So we don't produce garbage. So yeah, that's the project. But that's really crazy because a couple years ago I even can't cook. So now I'm selling.
You've leveled up, man.
Yeah, that's really crazy, and I'm really happy with that. And I'm also drawing mandalas, like big, huge murals. Yeah, that's really hippie. I know. And that's what I'm doing for a living now. I'm not working on tourism projects, but on that kind of projects. Oh, and I also have another project. The project consists on establish little these huertas, um, uh, small and poor neighborhoods here in the city.
Oh, like community gardens.
Yeah, community gardens.
Oh, yeah.
The in fact the project, it's about huertas comunitarias. That's the name. It's ecogestores. It's like we try to empower younger people in these neighborhoods because they are, dangerous, and they have really lots of problems with drugs and alcoholism and all that shit. So our project consists on give them an opportunity um, to have a new way of life, to be responsible of something, help their families. So that's it about to get some information about what are you eating, where that come from,
Right.
what's the real impact of that on your body, on the environment. So it's a really huge project, and I'm working on it with my brother, who is another hippie.
That is super cool. Thank you for sharing all of that because I didn't know that about you, and that is so inspiring. Honestly, I love all of
Oh,
those things.
gracias.
Wow. So this section is called Around the World in 20 Questions. Number 1. Plan it or wing it?
No plans.
No plans. Solo travel or group travel?
Solo travel.
Do you pack heavy or light?
Light. Really light.
Beach or mountains?
I don't know, but beach.
Desert or rainforest?
Rainforest.
Cities or nature?
No, nature.
Road trip or a boat trip?
I know, road trip.
Favorite food from travel?
Yeah, no, not anything specific, but Peruvian food is amazing. Everything there is amazing.
Yes. What is a favorite drink from travel?
Oh, piscola.
Yes! What is the longest transit that you've been on? Either a flight or a bus ride or whatever. What's the longest one?
No, when I was coming back to Argentina, from Lima to Salta, like 2 days, and it's not really, yeah, but it was because of the situation.
Right.
Waiting in the airport, and then for the bus, and then from a city to another one. But it was like 2 days. It
Oh
was the
man.
longest.
On a plane, would you rather sit next to a smelly person or a crying baby?
Oh, no. Oh, I had both. I know. Crying baby. I know. I don't know. Wow.
If you could go to a wedding anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I know. Probably Greek islands.
Ooh, that sounds nice. I like that. What is the most interesting historical thing that you've seen?
I want to go to Machu Picchu.
Skydiving or scuba diving?
I don't like that. I'm really scary of that kind of activities.
Would you rather take a cooking class or go on a ghost tour?
Oh no, cooking.
What is the most romantic place you would take someone on a date?
I know, maybe Venecia, something.
What is your favorite souvenir that you have from traveling?
Oh, imanes, the little things for to put on your fridge. I don't know the
Oh,
name.
magnets.
Yeah, magnets. I love that.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
so
from
cute. What is one essential thing you always pack other than like your passport, your phone? What is one thing that you need?
my power bank.
I feel like you also bring your mate everywhere.
Yeah, my mate. It's really important. I'm not drinking mate now, but I just prepare it to
Yeah.
drink. Like, yeah, definitely mate. Mate. It's more important than my power bank.
If your travels were made into a movie, what genre would it be?
Romantic comedy, probably. That kind of stupid, yeah, with a stupid argument and
Yeah.
comic situations. That kind of movie.
That's so funny. I love it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, and final rapid fire question. If you could live anywhere and money wasn't a problem, where would you live?
Probably in a small town near the beach. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe in the Caribbean, but I think it is really wet. So maybe near the Mediterranean. I think it is perfect. Yeah.
Could you give us like a short history of Argentina? Like what's if someone was going to travel to Argentina, what's important to know about the history?
Yeah, okay. One of the most important things maybe it's to know that here in Argentina we have lots of different people because our history it's about immigration from the 15th century when Columbus get into America. After that, we have like a mixture of cultures. We have indigenous and Spanish, and then in the 19th century we have lots of immigration from Europe. So in the especially in Buenos Aires and in the center of the country, we have lots of Italian people or Italian descendants. More in the south, you have people from Wales. That's really important to know that no one is from nowhere, I think. And every town has their own traditions or something because of these roots.
What are you proud of about Argentina?
Probably I'm proud of mate and dulce de leche, but they also said that are from Uruguay. So I don't know. We have that fight. And then we have lots of good inventions like the bypass. It was for the heart. It was a doctor, an Argentinian doctor, who was the first doing that surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. Then I know a lot of other humanity. Oh, the fingerprints. It
Mhm.
was also a discovery from an Argentinian.
Wow, I didn't know that.
uh, yeah, and also the pen, the bolígrafo. It was an Argentinian invent. I think the bus. It was also.
Really?
Yeah, no, Argentinian
So
people. It's
many
really.
things. Wow.
Yeah, we are better than Chinese. No,
More
I think
inventive.
Chinese made everything. Everything comes from China.
Hmm.
They are brilliant. I know.
If someone was to travel to Argentina, what are some issues in the country that they should know about?
The first of all, it's about language because in Argentinian Spanish, it's really different than in the
Hmm.
rest of South America. First of all, we don't say tú, we say vos. That it has the same meaning, but we change all the forms of the verbs, and that's really confusing for people
Yeah.
because it sounds different. In Colombia, Venezuela, Chile, they say tú, ¿cómo
Hmm.
estás tú? And here in Argentina, we said vos, and it's different. And also, we pronounce different the y. We said yo, like with
Oh, with
different
the
sound.
like, yeah.
Yeah, and in the all over the other countries, they said yo, and it's different. Like I said yoga, and people say yoga, and it's the same. And for me, it sounds exactly the
Do
same.
you do that with the double L also?
Yeah, it's the same for double L. So you said llave,
Hmm.
and it's llave, and it's a key,
Yeah.
but for me, it's llave. Yeah, it could be confusing if you are learning Spanish
Hmm.
and you are not sure of some words, and then you came from Argentina and it's like crazy, so that's
Hmm.
important to know. Oh, you know that you have to try mate when you come here
Hmm.
because most of the people will try to give you a mate, so it's like a friendship. It means a lot of good things. So you at least have to give it a chance.
Can you explain for people listening who don't know what mate is? Can you tell them what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah, it's a beverage. It's like a tea.
Hmm.
It's you need a cup. It is called mate,
Hmm.
um, and a straw. We said bombilla.
Hmm.
And we use yerba mate. It is a plant. Yeah, it's an infusion. It's like a tea, and you
Hmm.
put the yerba mate inside the cup, and then you add hot water and the straw. That's the mate, and it's something that you can share. Um, that's now, especially now in COVID time, it's really insane to think that, but you share.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you drink on this straw, and then you add more water and give a mate to another person, and he or she drink from the same straw.
Yeah.
So everyone here, that's really normal. Not now. Now everyone has to have their own mate because you
Yeah.
can share.
Single
But
use
before,
mate.
yeah, but that's a really, it's really good. It's really common here. Most
Hmm.
of Argentinian people drink mate from the from early in the morning. You wake up and just um, put the water to mate. Um, that's
Yeah.
part of our culture.
I love it. Yeah. I remember you always shared your mate with me, and then when I went to Buenos Aires, I got a mate with like a mafalda
Oh
cartoon on
yeah,
it.
that's so
And I have
cute.
it. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some other foods or drinks from Argentina that people have to eat when they're there?
Well, here, empanadas,
Hmm.
for sure. Empanadas are delicious, are amazing. Well, you visited Buenos Aires, but not the
Hmm.
north. Empanadas are different in every
Really?
city. Yeah, and I don't like Buenos Aires empanadas. They are huge and are, I know, I don't like. Here in Salta, empanadas are smaller,
Hmm.
more tasty. I know, are different. We
Hmm.
put potato, onion, meat. I'm cooking empanadas without meat and
Hmm.
replacing by soy. That it's really cool, and the flavor is quite similar.
Hmm.
Then you have locro. It's another traditional dish here, and it's like a soup, but with
Uh-huh.
lots of ingredients. And it's really delicious, especially for winter or in specific dates like 9th July. It's our Independence Day, and it's
Hmm.
really common to eat locro, empanadas, well, barbecue asado. Dulce de leche, you have to try dulce de
Delicious.
leche. Yeah, it's amazing. I love dulce de leche. And different countries have something similar to dulce de leche, but it is
It's not the
nothing.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not the same at all. So you need to try dulce de
Hmm.
leche here in Argentina. Um, yeah, then in the north you have the pizza. Pizza, it's different in Argentina than in other places. I think in
Yeah.
Buenos Aires, uh, in general in Argentina, it's good, but in Buenos Aires, it's a really good place to eat pizza. I eat pizza in Santiago, and it was not good. And also in other places,
Yeah.
here it's really good. I think
Hmm.
it maybe could be related with this Italian tradition or something.
Yeah, I remember I was only in Buenos Aires, but I had some really good empanadas and
Yeah,
some good pizza. The pizza seemed really different to me than both Italian pizza and American
yeah,
pizza. So it was really interesting to try it, and I liked it. It was
yeah.
good, yeah. And then I don't know what it's called, but I loved how whenever I got like meat, whether it was like do you call it completos or no?
No, we said
No.
panchos. It's
Panchos.
totally
So like a
different.
pancho or like just a sandwich or something, and there's just like always a like a sauce that you put on it. Like I don't know what it's
Yeah.
called though, but it's like oily and it's got little bits of things. I don't know what it is, but it was delicious.
No, we have lots of sauces like
Yeah.
mayo made with different things. Here
Mhm.
in Salta, we have mayo, onion mayo, garlic mayo, and it's amazing. It's really flavor. I know it's so good. And yeah, you have when you eat completos or something, you have like ketchup, mayo, mm, mustard, barbecue sauce, and then you have cheddar sauce, avocado mayo. That's the common, and then you have lots of I don't know why, but I think here in Argentina people really love to put a lot of sauce on the top of sandwich or something, and it's crazy. I love to do that, and I never realized that we do that after until someone said, "Okay, you Argentinians are really crazy with sauces," and oh yeah,
The one I'm thinking of is maybe chimichurri.
chimichurri, yeah, yeah, it's the traditional one. It's really common to eat with asado.
Yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, asado,
But
chimichurri. Yeah. You also can buy like the mix, the spicy mix, like a and powder
mhm.
spices to prepare chimichurri, and you have to add just oil, and it's amazing and it's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
really
loved
really
that.
good.
That was delicious. Yeah, I really enjoyed I would say Buenos Aires wasn't my favorite city I've ever been to, but I really did enjoy it. I don't know if I could like live there. I don't know. It was just like the atmosphere is I don't know. I think what you were saying earlier there where people are very busy and like don't
Yeah,
really pay attention to you as much as
no,
in other places.
yeah,
So,
it's like you are maybe walking in the street and people even can't see you, and
mhm.
that's crazy. For me it was really weird the first time I visited Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to live, but you need to know that.
It's just different, yeah.
Yeah,
What is your favorite place that you've been to?
I like so much Puerto Madryn. It is in the south of Argentina, and
Mhm.
it's one of the, I think it's not the only one, but it is the best place to see whales during it's you can see them really really near of the
Uh-huh.
boat, and that's amazing. That's an amazing
Wow.
experience. Yeah, it's in the south of Argentina. The view is amazing. It's a really small town, so it's quite relaxed, and it is a touristic destination, but it is quiet. It's not crowded at all, so it's
Mhm.
perfect. It's perfect, and the
Oh.
food it's really good, and people is really nice. Then you also have penguins and sea lions, something. Then you have little dolphins, but they are not dolphins. They called toninas, and they are like white and gray, and it's amazing. Everything there, and it's not expensive as other places. It's really cheap.
What are the most significant cultural differences you've experienced during your travels?
Especially in Santiago, because I met a lot of people from a lot of different countries. For example, differences that I identify between Argentina culture and other countries in Latin America are first of all about the accent and the language, about our Spanish, that it's different. Then also about profanity. When you use bad words, like
Oh, like we say cussing.
I just realized that here in Argentina we said a lot of that words all the time.
Yeah.
It's really common here. And in other countries, they're not. They are so
Hmm.
polite. For me, it's really pretty normal to say a
Hmm.
lot of bad words. We said bad words, like they are not bad. They are good words, and we
Yeah.
need them. um, but that was, yeah, weird. And I also realized that
Hmm.
Italian people do the same in comparison with
Hmm.
other countries in Europe. They are more polite,
Huh.
and Italians are like Argentinians.
Yeah.
Like they use a lot of words to like cazzo, merda, and a lot
Yeah.
of things, and it's okay. And that's why I said that Fede and me are cousins because we are really
Yeah.
similar. Another thing, we especially with the other countries from Europe or United States, it's
Hmm.
about the economy
Hmm.
because for Argentinians it's really important the US dollar. And here in Argentina we have lots of restrictions to have dollars. Government is really, it's complicated the situation here. Um, I noticed that we give the economy and the money a lot of importance, and in other places they're not. It's just you have and then you don't. But here in Argentina, we have a lot of instability all the time. You even can't have plans from now for 2 months in advance, 2 months, because you don't know if you can go to a supermarket with the same money and buy the same things. Here it's really crazy all the time, and you have a lot of taxes or something that you have to pay. Um, Life it's quite expensive here because yeah, it's hard because it's a huge country with a lot of resources, but people it's poor.
That is really interesting. I would think when I think of Argentina and especially Buenos Aires, because Buenos Aires seems a little bit more. It seems a little bit more like European than the
Europe,
rest
yeah.
of South
Yes.
America. So you would assume that it's like wealthier, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I that's another thing. I realized that Buenos Aires it's really different than other
Hmm.
capital cities in Latin America.
Hmm.
Buenos Aires looks like Europe, I think.
Yeah.
The architecture, the culture, people, everything. It's totally different. But yeah, if you visit Buenos Aires and you think that that's like Argentina is, it's a mistake because Argentina is totally different.
Hmm.
It's a huge country with lots of differences and with lot of poverty.
Hmm.
That's that.
What is your biggest lesson from travel? What have you learned the most about from travel? Either yourself or the world or anything.
I think for me, I learn about myself. I love to control everything. I love to make plans of everything. And for me, it was a challenge to not plan where exactly I will be like next month or the next 15 days. It was important for me, and it was my biggest lesson to know that everywhere I go, I can solve situation and meet new people and everything will be okay. I don't need to get everything in control all the time. I don't know, but I think Argentina people, we think that Argentina it's the best country ever, and it's really interesting to meet new people from other places and learn about them and their culture and everything.
I think it's interesting that you say. I feel like a lot of people I meet while traveling, especially people from like Ahi Hostel or whatever,
Yeah.
there are people who like they kind of just go with the flow or do one day at a time in their regular life, and you're someone who likes control and organization, and so for
Yeah.
you it's a little different. Like it's a challenge to just go and do it one day at a time, and that's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, is travel for everybody?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it
Yeah?
is. Yeah,
Why?
because I think everybody needs to go out to think out of the box, and to do that, you need to get out the box. And probably the box is your routine or your normal life. So travel, even if it is to a place near your house, it's important, and it really helps to be more conscious and awake probably about
Mhm.
the life. I think it is important, or I think mm, everyone needs at least once to make a travel, like by themselves, not with people, not with friends, not with a couple, just go
Alone?
you alone, at least 2 or 3 days to another place, trying to meet new people,
Mhm.
because that's the moment where you don't need to be the character you're supposed to be. You can
Mhm.
be who you really are, because other people really don't know you, and they
Mhm.
will not judge you. You are just who you are. That's incredible. And you also stop controlling the time, what time is it, or if you have notifications of Instagram, you
Mhm.
just stop checking your phone and just um, yeah, you just enjoy everything. I am talking like a podcast of
No, it's
yoga,
beautiful.
meditation,
It's beautiful. I love it.
like mindfulness.
It's true, though. It's all true. When quarantine is over, where do you want to travel next?
I'd like to go to Buenos Aires. I'd like to go to Santiago to visit
Yes.
people or something. I want to go to Australia, but I also want to go to Peru,
Hmm.
because I couldn't visit the important places.
Right.
Colombia, of course. I want to go there. I'm supposed to be in Cartagena de Indias now or something.
I
Yeah.
want to go to Cartagena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share like your Instagram or a website or anything for people listening to see pictures of your travels?
Okay. Yeah, they can follow me on my personal Instagram. It is Ana.b.gutierrez. And I used to post yeah, pictures of my travels, my day by day, my thoughts, or probably quotes about life. Yeah.
Awesome. Anna, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I loved hearing all about Argentina and your travels and all the amazing things that you've been up to during quarantine. So thanks for being here.
Thank you, darling, for giving me this opportunity. I had a really good time talking with you and sharing my experiences, and remembering all these funny and good times. Thank you.
I don't know about all of you, but these episodes are making me really want to get out and travel again. Thanks for listening to another episode. If you want to follow Ana on Instagram, her handle is at Ana B. Gutierrez. That's Ana, ANA dot B dot Gutierrez, Gutierrez. Go ahead and go follow her. Also follow at friendlyfaces_amazing_places. You can follow us on Facebook. You can also find all of these episodes on YouTube and anywhere that you get your podcasts. I'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.